What's going on, everybody? It's me, Odio, and I'm here today to review Cold Storage for You. This is like a horror comedy movie that came out this year, 2026, and I had kind of missed it, but checked it out, and I gotta say, I'm glad I did. So Cold Storage is I mean, I want to call it a schlocky B monster movies from the 1980s. That's definitely the tone they're going for. I love those movies. So I was like, when I saw this, I'm like, how did I miss this? Oh my God, I got to check this out. Parasitic Fungus, Liam Neeson, Joe Keery, I mean, Steve from Stranger Things. Well, Audio is in.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
This is a movie which I think is a great example of doing one story well. Whoever wrote this, they had one really good story idea and they stuck with it and they went to it right to the end. This movie opens up with it's Liam Neeson playing Robert, and we also get another girl, Leslie Manville, is Trini. They're these government operatives, and in 1979, Skylab had a giant space station up in the sky and it crashed down to Earth. Oh my goodness, explosions, death, whatever.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh yeah!
Turns out that one guy, I think he was in Australia, he kept an air tank on his property. Now, that air tank had never actually been broken. Now, we find out they're doing some pretty bad virus searching stuff up on that Skylab up in space, and turns out something bad might have come back down, because it's been a few years since that guy had the oxygen tank, but now we're getting calls from that town about people dying, people disappearing. What's going on? So we actually get, in the opening scene, we actually get this girl, Dr. Hero, Hero Martins or something. So she's going down to try to see what's going on. And that's when you get Liam Neeson, Robert, and Trini and their Leslie Manville. They come with her to check it out. And you find out early on, this is a parasitic fungus, is what the alien is. So there's no physical, like, you're not going to get like a predator or something like that, or an alien, a xenomorph, but you're getting a fungus, kind of like, I guess, life force or something. I don't know. But either way, pretty cool. So they have to deal with this when they get there in the beginning. It's hard to tell what's going on. It sort of give me a Tremors vibe, the town you go to, that little crap town they go to in that. Well, in this one, they go to a little town and there's they find a bunch of bodies. Now, they don't know what's going on with the fungus and whatever, so they try to get a sample. But you learn pretty quick that not only is this fungus horrible, once it gets inside you, it like takes over every part of your body piece by piece. And in the beginning, it makes you, once it gets to your brain, it makes you go up high and explode so it can spread the spores. Holy shit. It was like scary and kind of evil and super gross. The effects are like, there's a lot of practical effects. They are very gross. They're very well done. Remind me of the Chud movie from the 80s, but like the explosions of the fungus people with the green and stuff spewing out of their mouth and the green getting on their skin. It creates like a gross vibe right out the gate.
That's nasty.
And anyway, suffice it to say, way back when they discovered this fungus is horrible. And it actually, Liam Neeson and the other girl, Trini, they get to see it in action. They see a horrible death happen right in front of them. And they're like, we must lock this fungus up. They nuke the whole site. Got to strike it from orbit. It's the only way to make sure.
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
And during that, Liam Neeson even gets hit by a car and like his back is all messed up, which comes into play later on. But then they go and they take this to this giant government storage facility, which looks like it's in like under a mountain or something like that. And they lock it away. That's it. The fungus never comes back. And you get like a little, just like it is, a montage. It's gonna montage.
We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage.
And then once the montage is all over, you see that where that site used to be is now like 20 something years later. It's just a random storage facility owned by civilians. There's no more soldiers or anything in this big lab where all this stuff is hidden, which is shocking to me. I don't know if they do that in real life, but what the hell, man? You're just going to leave a lab with all these viruses and shit behind a hidden door in a storage facility? Crazy. And honestly, that's where most of the movie takes place, is the storage facility. Well, we get Joe Keery. He plays Travis. Tea-Cake, they call him. That's Steve from Stranger Things. And he's working there with a new hire. Georgina Campbell is playing Naomi Williams. Naomi. So they actually have good chemistry together on the screen. Steve is like kind of hitting on her. He's like an ex-con and stuff. You get their stories teased out. She's like a single mom. She does seem extremely intelligent. I don't know why she's working at a storage facility. Every now and then she'll just like science something or explain, oh, that's because of the temperature in here. It'll cause this. I was like, what the heck? Is she like some kind of a genius?
I am too smart. I am too smart. I am too smart. I am too smart. SMRT.
Long story short, no, definitely not. Naomi, Naomi is no genius. Her ex-boyfriend shows up at one point. Like I said, you get a real adventure. So the tension starts building when you're looking at the storage facility. We, the viewer, know that that fungus is down there. And strange things start to happen around the storage facility. A cat kind of turns up all green and gross. They even get a deer infected at one point. We get a guy walking around all infected. And like I said, there's not a lot of CGI. It's mostly practical effects, and they look really good. Like they really do. The way that the I would call them the monsters, the parasitic fungus, it even shows like when they get infected, it'll just show like their bloodstream. It'll show the green attaching to it. It'll show it going up to the brain stem, and then it starts to show the green attaching to that. And then it will like always come out and show the person's faces. They're like, they kind of like stutter and don't know what's going on because that's the fungus taking over their brain, and it can make them do whatever it wants. Pretty wild. And then once this whole new outbreak starts off at the storage facility, it takes a long time, but they notify Robert, Liam Neeson. He's like, I'm going to need this and this and this. I have a very special set of skills that I'm going to need to use to solve this problem.
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Turns out the people who used to be in charge of what he was doing are dead. And there's a new guy that's taken over who he doesn't get along with, who thinks none of this is a big deal. You know, we'll let you fly out, but we're not going to give you any resources. So he has to reach out to Trini, and he's got a list. It's called the white paper. He gets this girl. He calls a girl on the phone. Her name in the movie is Abigail. We get her real name later on, but she's got to help him out. Like he would call her and ask her for like satellite or to get the government to do this or that or whatever. And the government's also kind of against him, but she's kind of working with him like a part of the shadow government to get this done because she believes him. She believes it could be a big disaster, which it can be. And then he even goes and sees the Trini, the one he saw with the parasitic fungus right at the beginning. He meets back up with her. They're both older and retired. And she's like, your back is like a ticking time bomb. You can't go do this. He's like, I got no choice. And he has to get a bunch of items to go out there and solve the problem. And that's pretty much what the movie is. Once Liam Neeson, Robert gets out there, he touches base with Tea Cakes and Naomi there, and they kind of form a plan to how they're going to stop the fungus. But people keep showing up to the storage facility. You get a bunch of other people infected. There's a couple of little side things that happen, but it's a very focused story. It's got one point: parasitic fungus killing people. Resolve this concern. And that's pretty much what the whole movie does. It's a good adventure, though. Some of the kills are fantastic. And when you see, like, you'll see guys puking on each other, characters will just explode just to try to spread the fungus out. You get some good gunplay stuff. Oh man, it was cool. It's the kind of movie like, yeah, it's not groundbreaking, amazing or anything, but just like those 80s horror movies, you're just drawn to the screen. You can't turn away. How are they going to die? Who are they going to kill? What's going to happen next? I was like, this is fucking cool, man. Like I really enjoyed it. I had an awesome time watching it. Like some of the dialogue is definitely pretty weak. Don't get me wrong. And some of the things that happen, I mean, are pretty stupid, especially with Naomi and Tea Cakes. Like they're obviously the dumbest people you've seen in any movie ever. Oh, let's just go all the way down 200 feet under the ground into some random facility with alarms going off and red lights blinking. Let's keep exploring. I was like, this is retarded. Like, what are you doing?
That was the plan. Not a great plan.
And Naomi seemed to be super smart at some times. Then other times she'd be super dumb. Like, oh, let's go down there. Oh, we shouldn't go down there. Kind of like her intelligence changes with the plot. Whatever they need her to be, they're going to get her to be. But Tea Cakes is an idiot the whole time. But he says he's trying to think things out and not just jump into situations like with 2 feet wholeheartedly. But he does screw up quite a bit in this movie. But hey, all around entertaining. Great performances from them both. I didn't really like her character that much, but they have good chemistry together on the screen. They worked well when they were on the screen together. But anyways, we do eventually get that finale, Liam Neeson, and you're going to get Naomi and Tea Cakes all together trying to resolve the concern. Trini comes in at one point. You know what they're going to have to do with the virus in the area. They're going to have to get a nuke, right? So it's pretty good. It's a big climax at the end. And then when the movie ends, pretty much it seems like mostly everything is wrapped up. They do get like a little scare image at the end. And the movie pretty much ends. And I was like, okay, that's a good time. You told me one solid story. And the fact that they don't really deviate or go anywhere else makes it really interesting. When you're watching a movie sometimes and they'll like kick over to some random shit character. Like, I don't care. Like, get back to the main plot. You'll be watching something, you're like, I don't care about these characters. I just want to hear from this character. Well, this movie only has a couple characters. So they stick with all of them the whole time. And I kind of like them. I like that character, Robert, the old retired guy who knew what he had to do. You get Naomi, who's a smart girl, who's also a single mother, wants to get home to her kid. And then you get Tea Cakes, who's kind of an idiot, but got a job at a prison, wants to do good, but also doesn't know what they should do in the situation. They all blend together, and you get a nice little story here. I had a really good time. I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. I just watched this on a whim, but I couldn't turn it off. It kept me up. I stayed awake till the end and just had a fantastic time. Overall, I'm going to give Cold Storage an 8 out of 10 on the odometer. It's a nice schlocky B movie. It looks like it's an old creature feature from the 80s, but if you like those, you're going to have a good time, and there's no BS in the story. It's just one straight story, beginning to end, good middle, and a nice finale climax, which kind of leaves the door open, but overall, it's a great time. You're looking for a great movie to check out. You like those old classic horror movies. This is a good one. You'll have a good time. And I really, like I said, overall, really enjoyed it. 8 out of 10 is a solid score. But thanks so much for watching this far, guys. Really appreciate that. Please like, share, and subscribe to the video. And everybody, stay out of trouble.